organisation like Na'Vi and have the chance to make that sort of money and play at these sort of events and have experienced players around them. I think that'd be fantastic for some of the talent that's available for them. But it looks like we are just getting into this one. It looks like one Na'Vi player is just missing. They will be starting on the CT side, just to note as well, so a more comfortable start for the favoured team. But that hasn't really been the case recently. Like, I normally say it's probably one of those CT side maps we have in the pool right now, but it really depends on the matchup and the play styles. Like we saw the previous game, Sports and FaZe go to overtime. After losing the CT half, that was FaZe, of course, and they still pulled it back, lost in overtime, but didn't seem to be the case. It seems like whatever the scoreline, you can always come back regardless of the situation. Simple looking like Jovial there, obviously a very emotional player. And how invested he is into this game and wants to. We haven't really seen that much success from them since that ESL New York event.
It's absolutely true.
Yeah.
That was the big win. Guardian emotionally in tears on the stage, hugging the trophy after a 2-1 against Na'Vi, or excuse me, against VP.
Yeah.
Both those teams, to be fair, but had their fair share of struggles. VP obviously carried on some more success since that time, but he certainly has not. On the other side of the server, Blade, renowned for his game. Yanko brought up a good point. I actually forgot that he was the coach of Hellraiser that event. I mean, obviously I knew, I just hadn't thought of it and hadn't been aware of it in my mind that, yeah, that was actually the fact. He was coaching and then came back to a playing role, and that was sort of when people gave him all of the I guess, pedigree behind his coaching brilliance and in-game leading brilliance. I will say that I agree that I think he's a little bit too regimented. You mentioned it not too long ago. The last time we saw World Edit go off was at the WSG qualifier, the European qualifier, right, which was in Kiev, and he dropped like 31 kills or something in the game against, I think, the Russian team. No, it would have been Russia versus Virtus Pro when they beat them. Exactly. When the Russian mixed team beat them to go into the final. And he looked incredible. And we said, after the game, we said, what's the difference? And he said, no Blade.
Yeah, he said he had the freedom, right? I don't think he necessarily think Blade is a bad game leader. I think he's obviously quite celebrated about how good he can be in that respect. But to get the most out of what a crazy aimers, you want to take Jules to the AWP and actually get things opened up. To have that sort of freedom, I think that's how you do get the most out of them. So maybe he's not being utilised correctly. He seems to be a lot happier at that event. And you can see he does drop off significantly sometimes with his FlipSid lineup. Sometimes he has some great games, sure, but most of the time I'd say pretty average, and you know he has the potential to be great, but up against this man on your screen right now, Guardian. Another inconsistent player, I would say, as of late, showing signs of kind of returning to form at some events, but hasn't really impressed me as of yet. We'll see what happens at this one, at the major, of course. This is the one that really counts. We'll get into this, ladies and gentlemen. Narthus Sincere versus FlipSid Tactics here. T-side start for FlipSid. I've looked at that buy. Armor coming in, of course, and we're seeing a bit of utility purchase. Warded it with the smoke, 2 flashbangs, Blade with a Molotov. That's usually used in the post-plant situations, so it suggests they ever go to inside, use a Molotov at the very start towards connector, or use it for the post-plant situation.
That is the end of the round. But if he can get kills, he can get to his AWP sooner, so that's what he'll try and do instead. Flash actually hits him, so they'll know he's close. Get ready for him around the corner. And it's Markolov that picks up the kill.
Nice work by FlipSid, as you said, one of the most patient and disciplined teams, slowest potentially in CSGO, holding up in the default, and Na'Vi just giving away 2 frags, went for the inside push. I think they had 3 players towards inner at the very start. Flamey taken down to begin, and then Edward joining him in the grave nice and early. It'll be the first 2 frags for Electronic, and ultimately the round in favour of FlipSid. It's going to be 1-0 now. Round number 2, no force buy from Navi at all. Just upgraded pistols. We're seeing this more and more. I think I've been saying it for the last year and a half. This would be the way the game should be played, and now it seems to be finally coming into effect. Just Eagles, 5-7 to the CZ. We'll have a look at what FlipSid will bring to the table. Presumably something very slow and methodical. No rushes from them. Getting control of the inside area. Only C's there waiting for them. He's got the CZ and actually committing down the lower round. Faster than I expected. That's C's. He'll take that first frag. But a quick refrag there coming in from Electronic. That's what you want to see. The buddy system utilised. The bomb should be planted now.
And it will be. Guardian tries to get back in. Does get a shot from Simple onto Markelov. Guardian's tagged in the process, and they'll back off with the weapons to hold the high ground despite being down a man. Leave World Edit to do the cleanup with the AK-47. That means Blade on the ramp has the other SMG that was brought into the round. He'll have to be quick with it. Pistols are finding frags. World Edit down to Edward. SMG's going to go aggressive. The range won't necessarily be there, but Blade, he still finds 2 with the help of Electronic on the second on Flamey. So Guardian backs away, and the round will go the way of FlipSid. Costly round at that, however. Might be more costly. Try to get the AK. He's going to get down with the bomb blade, surely. He might just get away. Just barely does on time.
He does indeed. Wow. There we go. Navi looking like a promising round for them, managing to get 3 kills there. Very dicey situation for FlipSid after committing towards the inside ramp. Sees 5 the first frag of the TZ, and then a few more from his teammates as they rotate in, but wasn't meant to be. Blade doing a good job from the upper ramp, and the Molotov secures the round victory for FlipSid there. We're going to round of 3, another eco for Navi. It's not really pistol still, but Mac 10s. 2 of those for FlipSid, and Wayland up with the P250. A couple of AKs to work with as well. Another default. But faster round than I've used to seeing from FlipSid in the previous. You can see how I got a little bit scary for them, but still managed to survive. Looking for the 3-0 now. Should quite comfortably pick it up.
So smoke to the left. Push to the right. Straight into the A site. 4 players near the bomb train. Or near enough. Safe side of it, CT side. Edward's the only one to peek over top. Flamey goes a little further out by the E-box. Waylander for company. Guardian already tagged. Making a bit of an error, though. They're not quick to capitalize on territory, and they get caught in the middle. Edward gets only 1 kill, however. And then it all follows into place for FlipSid. You're right, they will go 3-0, and we get the guns out for Navi.
2 Mac 10s up, presumably they get thrown away. There is a chance they could keep on to it, but the fact that Navi didn't force buy in that second round, since I would suggest you probably just get rid of them, and indeed one of them goes. World Edit, he drops an AK and actually upgrades to an AWP himself. So there it is, the Mac 10s have been thrown away. Electronic presumably got something on the floor to work of their Glock in hand at the moment. I think I see a little rifle there as we zoom out. There it is. So a nice full buy. They are upgrading across the board. That's the right call to make. There are 2 players on Navi right head armor, of course Flamey and Guardian, but I think this is the right call for FlipSid. Spend the extra money and a faster round coming in now. We're not used to seeing this from FlipSid. Electronic's right out there towards Olaf, and Simple will be waiting on the other side of that smoke. So trying to make something happen here. The young star for the team, Electronic, trying to open things up.
Good position to be in with World Edit watching down toward Hell. World Edit finally takes position. He gets Edward down, but he's the only one to get a kill thus far for FlipSid. And with 3 seconds, that's how it should end. World Edit needs to be very careful not to go down. And there is a player above him, 15 HP. If they drop at the ladder, he's ready, but he'll have to hit the shot, and they spray in. Thankfully, don't pursue. He will keep the AWP carried over.
Yeah, and true FlipSid fashion, they do indeed time the round out with 2 players surviving as well. A little bit too complicated, I think. Sure, Electronics in a great position for so long, but didn't find anything with it. I feel like they were double faking there and trying to show presence towards inside, back towards outer, then see the change their mind once again. Electronic gets 1 kill, but it's already too late. Edward had already started causing damage, and Guardian rotates in, and his position was thwarted at that point. We're going to number 5 now. Now they pick up their first gun round, and can keep 4 players alive as well. Still money available for the T side. All powerful World Edit once again, of course. And he'll be going towards the Ivy position. Another default round. Expect lots of these. Slow-paced Counter-Strike where they try and open things up, get players in decent positions, and then execute around it. First shot missed there by Guardian, this time at Ivy himself. Backed up by Simple. He's on the other side of the M4A4. Using the slope once again. Just to buy himself some more time. Fire off some speculative shots there. Looking for anyone jumping across or boosting up behind the server. Can see Waylander with inside control. At least a brown holes right now. Gives them options at least. So this is decent. They still have 3, making 4 smokes remaining. Markelov alone towards Ivy. So this is similar to what we saw from FaZe earlier. Karrigan was in this position, now it's Markelov trying to show presence, keep the CTs on this side of the map. His teammate ready to go towards inner. Markelov might go for the backstab formation where he waits for his teammate to fully commit, then he tries to stop the rotations or show presence himself. Looks like it's the former as he starts to fall back. Smoke starting to be deployed now towards inner. Flashbang over momentarily. It's a good smoke, they might just push through it.
Good shot, Flamey pushing through it.
That's perfect.
Yeah, not exactly what they should have done. Flamey was more than ready to take them down. Blade rotates back immediately. They'll look elsewhere with the flash down pop dog. No one at the bottom of it, so he gets in, but then decides otherwise. 23 seconds. We'll give you the whole round, but FlipSid, they only want the last 10. Time and time again, Markelov getting seized. Flamey in position, no round here either, or in 5 seconds has to play it. He stays for the fight. Markelov, he's late. He's too late. This has to stop. I'm sorry, FlipSid, but you've got to start speeding it up because it's almost getting to the point of, I mean, boredom at this point. Like, they're just sitting back and waiting and waiting and waiting. And we saw this in the qualifier as well. There was 4 or 5 rounds in particular that they didn't get plants down. Yeah, 2 in a row. Big rounds as well, gun rounds. I'm just looking at the scoreboard right now. We had like both little stopwatches there. They timed out. It's difficult to keep saying that on the FlipSid. Yes, they're a slow-paced team, but they got a bit unlucky here. I don't think this was the right call pushing through that smoke. It was such a perfectly thrown smoke as well, and the fact Flamey nails that first shot, isolates a second with the aforementioned smoke. The teammates can't come through. Might have wanted to buy their time a little bit more there, but they do save the AWP, of course. So going to round number 6, 3 plays 2 in favour of FlipSid, but Na'Vi with 2 rounds in a row. Bomb still down the T-spawn. This will be another very slow place for our map. It's going to be just them trying to open things up. It's Markelov with the AWP. So 1.6 fans, put your hands in the air. Guardian takes out Blade to open things up. Default pistol. This is a round where Na'Vi will surely win, but Markelov could cause a dent. You never know. As he goes towards Ivy, trying to find the next opening here. I don't think much will come of it, but he'll give it a good shot. Now that the Na'Vi have ascertained that it is going to be indeed an eco. Just holding up. Crossfires established. You know they're normally have grenades to challenge you. Smoke towards the left-hand side of Ivy. That'll be thrown by Markelov. Now his teammates to potentially run towards the bomb site. Boosted up behind the server now. Boosted indeed, but a deeper smoke than directly in front of it means he won't be able to spot all the way over it toward where Simple's playing, and even if he did, second smoke down means Simple has cover. Won't peek on it, Flamey. It's going to have the accuracy. Second one's a little better. And we're Simple stepping up as Simple to kill out, but Markelov on an AWP.
Yeah.
Also to be careful what you say because maybe he's misused, as I think Yanko put it. Down to 10 HP. 3 quick kills, though, gives him a slight chance. 20 seconds to work with. Oh, my... Oh! What? How did that not land?
You can see him saying it. It's like, why is that not a kill?
He glitched in. I don't know what happened because it froze the model as well. Edward tagged up and round gone. That's a frustration. Surely we've got to get a replay because that looked like dead on.
Yeah, to me it did. That could have been the opening as well. You could see he had awareness as to where the 5th player could be. There it is. Na'Vi do tie things up at 3-3. 3 rounds in a row after losing the pistol. Markelov fancied his chances, I think, as he was in the, I think, 5 versus 1 situation. He gets 3 kills. Can't find the 4th. Legs that 5th player. And he has that 4th shot. Maybe he had a real chance to actually win that. Let's have a look. So there's the little burst fire shot. And then out comes the AWP. Lines it up. We might not quite grab this replay. I'm not sure.
Hopefully we can get to it, because does he not spot him? Seized. Nearly overlooked it. Does get the shot in the end. So 1-0 in the round in a 3-3 game. It's a 5-4 situation for Na'Vi to work with. All of the numbers.
All of them. Well, 5 and 4. To add a few more in there. Waylander goes down at the start. It was Seized to pick him up. Nice little play towards the inside area. Job done as far as they're concerned. Got the man advantage. We have got Edward, who's pushing towards main entrance there, decides to fall back, deploys the smoke. Oh, that's a smart smoke, right? Just suggesting no one's here, we're smoking you out, buying ourselves some time. That could be a really interesting idea. It doesn't look like Warden has taken the bait just yet. Edward's hoping he does. If this works out for him, it would have been a godlike play. Unfortunately, they're one step ahead. So his Guardian over the smoke takes on Electronic. Flamey chiming in as well. 4-on-2 situation. Warden's down to 28 points of health. It's Simple looking to find his teammate. Markelov flashed off. Should be taken down at this point. Easy frag for Simple. Easy round as well. Warden above the pop dog. 30 seconds remaining. But we'll need to make it here in the form of Flamey. 4-3. And it will be indeed Na'Vi taking the lead now. So, an interesting idea there from Edward. So obviously, the idea is he drops that right click that smoke just to say, I've fallen back, I want to smoke you out. Warden it takes him down. That's the only frag they really get after winning the pistol. That's going to be 4 rounds in a row for Na'Vi. Pistols only for FlipSid. They'll have maximum stage loss bonus next round, so they can afford to bring some armor as well. They've only got the pistol so far, no nades. They can definitely bring some smoke grenades if they want to, considering they get $3,400 per player. They want all the money, it seems. They're going to have too much, if anything, next round. I would say get some smokes out, get a bomb plant down in this round itself. But either way, round number 8, the Eagles, PG50s, and their Tech 9 trying to trade towards it up. There's still a chance to get the bomb down. Edward with the MP9 towards Pop Dog, and Seized and Flamey holding it up.
Seized will hold directly in front of the smoke as well. Markelov inside of it. Nade bounces well beyond him. Through the edge of the wooden window. Seized gets dinged on a random shot. Clearly they know the lineup or thereabout, because it hits. It lands. The next one will not backs off. We'll let it though. Or, excuse me, Waylander in the sight. Seized and Guardian. Kills. And speaking of World Edit, he goes down to Simple, who, well, they were all busy being held stationary. He walks in behind. So 5-3 Na'Vi. FlipSid go back to guns.
Well, God is joining us. This is the 0-1 game between FlipSid Tactics and Na'Vi losing against G2 on Overpass, which looked like a lock-in game for them. FlipSid losing against Fnatic, who actually looks very good, I have to say. Guardian there with the shot towards the platform. That's actually kind of sick. He pulled that one off. I like that. And we go into round number 9. Another gun round, maximum loss bonus, 5 rounds in a row for FlipSid. All the money in the world. Too much, like I said, about $1,000 residual. Could have brought some smokes in the previous round and maybe got a bomb down, but first shot once again from Seized. He seems to be having a lot of fun in this inside area. Electronic taking down once again. Not boosted this time. Manages to get him just through the smoke there. 5-on-4 once again. That's happening way too often. For a very slow, methodical team, they're giving up too much space.
Takes down World Edit and goes back for more, but Markelov at the ready with the AK, and his first chance every time when World Edit goes down, he grabs the AWP. I think there's still an op player existing somewhere within his spirit. May not be the primary, but it'll happily be the secondary. Push through. Oh, Markelov's got to be careful. It looked like Simple was going to go the whole way. Mosh does go through the smoke, but he's not anywhere near the outside of Ivy at this point as Markelov falls away to go toward the bomb, which is dropped, as you see it, at the bottom of the stairs.
Incendiary.
Still a chance within this round. 45 seconds. We have seen FlipSid time a few of these rounds out. Haven't really got much to work with just yet, and they are a man down. Still with 3 smokes there, 3 Molotovs as well. Towards inner they go. Who's waiting for them on the other side? It's Seized, and he's been a bit of a nuisance, I have to say. As he holds the upper ramp, it's a decent position. We see a lot of players holding this right now. Not committing towards the upper ramp, just watching for players to drop down, try and deny the plant best he can. And here come the smokes, and always the incendiary as well. That's really nice. Just buys his teammates some time to rotate in, denies the plant going in as well. That's really cool from him.
Molotov mid-train, Molotov default spot. Buys all kinds of time as Seized gets closer, but Blade gets the shot. Good return from Flamey. Bomb will get planted. Fire and flames. Gone. This particular flame, the candle's extinguished. He's just a mere flicker later. It's down to 2 versus 2.
Here we go, the retake against Kids available, way out, causing more damage here. 2 fragments those now up to Edward. Not really much to work with here. He's got a smoke raid and 2 players to find. I'd say this round was guaranteed for FlipSid at this point. No one near the ball needs to touch it and find out where, at least where on terrorist is. Markov now up towards the upper ramp, and it looks like it's done. Maybe it's all you do at this point.
Marky Marks doesn't know that as well. 2 kills for him in the round. Back within 1 on FlipSid. First in 5, however. And Markelov was the only one to survive, so this will be a reset. Navi, on the other hand, despite just losing their first after those 5 rounds, are in their last 5 positions, so it's been relatively close and even. Again, 2 timeouts to start that string off.
Well, it's still got the double ult and full buy, right? It's still fine with the double ults, especially. Like, that's the adjustment coming in now. Seized, who used to be the secondary ult for Navi, like full time, and also with Simple K, he's played that role, and seems like they might be adjusted. I see he's dropping a little one-way smoke there. That's actually quite good. I like that a lot. Buys himself a bit of time, I guess, to fall back and take a cleaner shot. And you can see him retreat quite cleanly there as well. Of course, his teammates are rotating in, it'll be Flamey.
Throwing smoke.
Here's how they are adjusting the roles within this team. Trying to get back to their former glory.
Incendiary out.
Spray through from the outer sight.
Laying down smoke.
Carrying residue from the wall by which it penetrated.
I have to say as well, Seized looked very poor yesterday, and maybe that's what they're saying to him. Find more comfort on the AWP, see if you can get rolling, hold some lines, hit some 1 or 2 shots. He hasn't looked much better this game, to be fair, but in terms of the inside execution on the flip side, decent nade towards Blade and whatever there, right in the face.
Electronic found after Seized misses 2 shots on the op, and he follows up by getting Flamey. B site is open, 41 seconds this time, so early arrival on FlipSid's terms. Well, that taking out Simple means that Guardian and Edward have to save immediately.
It's kind of ironic that the nade that causes so much damage is pretty much the unraveling of Seized there, because he finds himself in a position where he can't fall back towards Connector, has to be in the open. If he doesn't nail that first shot, which he does not, he gets taken down there. So yeah, great nade, but ultimately costing the round. And there will be a 5-on-2 now. Navi have to say, FlipSid with 2 rounds in a row. Slow and steady seems to be working out for them after all. Inside execution, quite a basic one, finding a decent timing after the nade was thrown by Seized. 2 players surviving for Navi. You mentioned in the previous round, the money. Sure, they managed to get a full buy in the previous one, but that was them all down to $0 at that point. They'll be sitting in the AWP for Guardian, and 484 for Edward, and doesn't seem like they'll be hunted down here, so they'll be absolutely fine. But a player like Guardian hasn't gone wild as of yet. He's got 8 frags and 5 deaths, but just him alive with the AWP, especially backed up the likes of Edward with the M4. Can carry these rounds single-handedly. Needs to go more aggressive though. This is the sort of play we saw from Chris J earlier. Maybe push towards Ivy and face it towards T-Spawn. Upper ramp with the AWP. See if he can just get the first pick. Just to start funneling them around the map and get them a little bit scared. He rotates off and just keeps applying the pressure.
Halls they go. Already Molotov the corner. Guardian, no smoke for him, no one way, but no shot either. Close, but no cigar. Backs off, repositions, tries to go for the wall shot, still no contact, and World Edit beats him to it, jumping down. Guardian still can't find angles. Still not showing up as he typically would, as Simple gets 1 good shot, fair enough with the deagle, but then walks out to a close electronic and gets to the shot. As Markelov finds Seized. Edward and Flamey, all that remain for Navi yet again.
It's looking very good for FlipSid. 4-on-2 situation. Edward with the only weapon now, Flamey on the PT-50. I think he's all the way in T-Spawn. Yeah, that's Edward trying to save the weapon. And there's the becoming hunting for him just there. So, up for Flamey now. He'll sit at T-Spawn. Polar opposites, of course, but he's looking for a weapon. He's hoping to find an exit frag here. PT-50 is not worth saving to the next round, so hopefully it's enough for some footsteps here. Use that PT50 right out, see what he can do with it. Not much. Electronic takes him down, and it will be Edward, of course, aiming in T-spawn. So, 3 rounds in a row now. FlipSid actually looking pretty impressive here, I have to say. After going up 3-0, it seemed like Na'Vi had adjusted quite nicely, but some good timing, some nice set plays towards inner, especially after being overwhelmed by Seeds, who seem to be doing such a good job towards that inner bomb site. It's going to be the lead granted towards FlipSid once again. Here's the opening frags. Guardian, what a flashbang that was to take him down. It's loving that. Honey, still not great. We do get the 4 and 4s in AWPL, but only 1 kit. Actually, make it 2. And 1 incendiary, to be fair. Simple, only with a single flashbang as well. So, definitely not a comfortable position. Incendiary used at the start to stop the outside rush. And I think we'll be seeing many of those from FlipSid as they go into another default here. Well done it, looking towards the inside upper ramp. Sees playing low, just with the knife out, hoping to get a bit of information there and fall back. But Ivy, that's where it seems the excitement's about to begin. Guardian with the AWP, trying to bait in Simple. As soon as Guardian fires a shot, Simple probably runs around the corner and tries to spray them down on the other side.
Smoke deep, put Simple between 2 of them.
Could be flashed on the corner now.
He's flashed out, or at least a flash to deter toward the position, but he hasn't gone. You're right, he still could be.
The Guardian's trying to bait out. I'm still here on the other side of the smoke. It's just me. The inside of the action continues.
Just as we see the action on B, which is C's trying to shut it down. Simple did get the kill at Ivy, but Electronics pulled it back yet again. It's hold at it to hold Z connector, walk in and be greeted by his op. Have to be careful. Misses the shot. That's thankful. But it goes back for more, and Guardian's not falling off the edge of the ledge. What a shot. Electronic Simple pulls it back, and Electronic bests him. The young star against the budding superstar that's kind of fizzled out, you have to say, especially on Na'Vi as of late. 7 rounds FlipSid.
That's amazing from Electronic. Let me see a replay from his POV. That sounded crispy as hell, I have to say. Very, very good stuff from Electronic there. I'm sure this is the replay right now. That's the shot. That sounded brutal. Flamey got absolutely wrecked there. And here's the 1 versus 1 situation against the likes of Simple. That's not an easy task, let me tell you. 7-5 now. Still just about having money to buy here, it seems. We've got Famises, Deagles, UMPs. Guardian on the glass cannon AWP as well. It's not sounding good. See looking to push towards the inside ramp once again. Found great success there. There's not converting rounds in the last 4. 7-5 now is the overall scoreline for FlipSid. Deagle for Simple, very good with that weapon, seen some amazing shots, particularly on this map as well from him. But I agree with you, certainly a superstar that's fizzled out as of late. Towards Ivy, good flashbang from Electronic, buys some room, uses the smoke and Molotov to push CTs back here. 4 players towards outside, C's happy to hold inside by himself with the Famas. Or to find the first player here as they fully commit. It's going to be Guardian that strikes first.
Shot in from Blade, or toward Blade rather. Gets caught. Guardian, that was all timing through the wall.
Yeah.
He loves to wall bang toward A main and toward, and the opposite side, but he's T side toward ZX. Yeah, exactly, connector. He seldom makes it work, but did this time. Good timing from Seized to let 2 go by. Gets bomb as well. Markelov might find Guardian, but Seized is still the man in control. So Na'Vi about to strike back potentially. Let's get too far ahead as Waylander brings it down to just 3 remaining, but he himself was all that was left for FlipSid, and Seized is easily able to find him. Very good patience from Seized in the corner as they walk by. Here's the shot from Guardian as well.
Yeah, very nice stuff from Guardian there. Good shots. Pretty easy for an AWP of his caliber, but it's good positioning generally. We do say if he has the AWP, even if you've only got UMPs and pistols to work with, he can find the openings to win the round. It certainly delivers there. Round number 14 begins to that. 7-6 in favour of FlipSid. Now they can still win the half. On the CT half, that's not a massive deal. Just getting 8-7, that's fine. That'll be enough to work with. 14 now. FlipSid, if they win it though, that'll be a massive deal. Certainly the underdogs in this matchup. A challenger. We'll get into this now. HE's deployed towards the lower ramp. Shots fired off through Waylander. He knows he's been there time and time again and found kills. So, not taking any risk. Uses the flashbangs and the Molotov as well to push him back. That stain is clear. And flashbang towards Ivy now from Markelov. Good flash actually. Pushes Guardian back.
Well, that it tries to fire into the smoke and doesn't catch the jumping player on the other side, which was in fact Guardian. With his Asimov, trying to fire it back out. It really is a utility battle at Ivy. So whatever is... Oh! Stopped up midair was Markelov. May have saved him because Guardian had a fast flick. Doesn't connect, and that'll send Markelov wrapping back around toward A-Main instead. We'll join him with Blade, who has the bomb. Molotov to slow them down. And on top of that, they have Simple on top of the train, waiting for the entry. Smoke off at Pop Dog. You'll be able to watch anyone that crosses toward the E-box or toward the alleyway at Hell. Markelov's on one side, Blade goes the other. Simple finds the first and the second, goes back and forth before Electronic gets a response. And he'll continue to slip in, but there's not much time. 15 seconds. He's found immediately by Flaming as he had to go information pitching. Will pick up bomb and cannot find anything at a close angle. Guardian is awake, and it's 7-7.
Now they're keeping 4 players alive there as well. Slow pace round from FlipSid investigating towards Ivy, falling back for the full outside execution. But Simple, that bird's eye view on top of the train outside main entrance, managed to get 2 shots with the AK-47s, looking confident as he gets the information for his teammate. Takes 2 of them down and allows Guardian to finish things off there with the close range AWP. You can see him playing in front of those smokes, finding the shots that count, dropping the bomb as well. Could have got the 3rd. Would have been pretty spectacular if he managed to pull it off. Let's try number 15 now. UMP's 1 AK and a PT-50. This is almost looking certain to be a Navi round, but stranger things have happened. Faster pace, it makes sense. Blade this time towards Olof. I think got the PT-50 as his teammates make their way towards Ivy. Throwing the forward, flashbang out. Deep breath, let's go.
Electronic already inside of the utility again. He's fast to get...
All for naught, really.
Both pistols go to FlipSid, and both of them quite closely contested, I have to say.
Yeah, absolutely. Simple. Given maybe 2 more seconds there, he could have done something about that situation, considering it was a 1v1 as well. If he denies that defuse, it's game on. But Navi do give it away, and you're absolutely right. Both pistols in favour of FlipSid. And here he goes now. We discussed this idea. He can force buy in the 2nd round. Only looks like Simple will be. So he's got the AK-47 and body armour. Takes himself down to $500. So that's where they're trying to stack their bets here. See whether he can open things up. Backtracks. You can see Edward on the other side of the map there, just setting himself up. But 4 here, anything could happen. He'll be very on the fly, depending on whether they get frags or not. No utility to work with. Simple needs to blow someone's head off. But there was a man to do it. This is the one you'd want.
It's been better to let a pistol start the peak and have Simple re-peek it, but finds Blade, knows there was one more backtracks. Rotation will go towards CT from... In they go with Simple on an AK. Just started off, sprays down, they now know he's got the gun. Flash out. May have also just been better to let a pistol start the peak and have Simple re-peek it, but finds Blade, knows there was one more backtracks. Rotation will go towards CT from Markelov, so they can't over-rotate to chase Will at it from the position because they'll get greeted by a crossfire. Electronic finds East, Simple still on the AK though, and Edward's going to add to the tally. Simple, good shot on Waylander. He may make it work, the 1 gun, and they're not done. Bomb in position, Simple's got another 4 kills. That's why you buy an AK on Simple.
That was so sick. He thought after he missed that first shot at Ivy, they wouldn't give him anything to work with there, but he makes it work. Coming out in these sort of situations, giving those rounds away will be very frustrating. They might have to eco themselves here. Could force buy into it. It's going to be a double eco regardless, so might as well do that. Here's the replay. Let's have a look at this unfold. Let's kill that. Pretty simple. This is where it gets very interesting indeed. That shot especially. Good night, Markelov. Celebration from Seized. He's enjoying himself, and why not?
I mean, you called it as well. As soon as he missed on the first entry,
yeah,
the element of surprise for that AK is gone. We thought, okay, that's it. They won't give him an inch, and he absolutely rips them apart.
Yeah, that's crazy. Once that AK spotted, like, to be fair, there's not really much you can do. They've got like a mixture of FAMASes and UMPs. They've got that AK-47. It's Simple on the other side of it. So as soon as he starts hitting shots and gets in the zone, and his teammates are cheering him on, like you can tell he got in some sort of state of mind there that kind of guaranteed the victory. 9-8. Pause. Still there. Year now, I can't even remember the last
major.
Yeah.
That I can recall.
Yeah, but it's just a team that's doesn't seem to play anything but the majors, which is so funny. The fact that they're in the Premier Division of ESL Pro League, the Mountain Dew, whatever it is, and managed to come 15th place in that. You think, okay, this team's surely done now. They're not going to make a major. The run's over. And nope, here they are, putting up decent numbers against Na'Vi.
And how could I forget? I think I've gotten confused because there's so many qualification steps that when they're in the qualifier, I think of it as they already qualified because they qualified for the qualifier, but not the. You get what I mean? Point is, how can I forget? Because they almost didn't make this major. It was triple overtime against Liquid.
That's right.
And it was the last game, the last spot in the Swiss system qualification stages. So they were very near having that run broken. They've been at so many majors in a row, it seems. And Liquid was heartbroken, completely distraught. Went to Cologne and just played as hard as best they could, but this was the goal.
Indeed it was. Well, scoreline's 9-8 in favour of Na'Vi right now after that amazing force buy of a single AK from Simple. Body armour as well, no nades. Managed to find 4 kills in total. We said he was a star that was diminishing, a superstar that seemed to be dropping off, but those kind of rounds, he's always got them in the chamber somewhere. Pulls it out just for Na'Vi need it. 9-8, and now FlipSid presumably on an eco. Should be double eco really, so they could force into this round. Got about, on average, maybe just over $1,900 per player. Sweet, look how we're getting into it. That's starting to get back on. I can hear some buys coming in as well. Flick of the knives. Number 18. Have a look at the scoreboard while we're here, shall we? Markelov actually top fragging. 16 kills, 11 deaths. Next to him is Electronic, who has had a very good game as well. Then there's quite a disparity between those two players. Then it goes down to 6, 8, 9 kills, and it's Electronic and Markelov running away with it.
Interestingly enough, Markelov, by the way, all of his top performances are majors.
Yeah, I can imagine.
It's the other events that he struggles at.
Makes sense. I do remember him having big plays at these events. I think it was the first event I cast him out was Cologne 2015. He was lights out there. He was looking really good.
Anders still believes.
I'm starting to believe as well, Matthew.
I'm not.
No.
It would be nice. Imagine that's in the shuffle. He and World Edit get split up. He becomes an opper.
Yeah, could happen.
Renaissance.
Well, we'll try and work on what the pause is here and hopefully get back into it. We haven't had anything just yet. So I assume it's something trivial like a sound issue. And there
We
would be
actually had, yeah, an indication of that. Did you know that there have been 4,304 souvenir drops this game?
I did not know that, but you have informed me. So
I'm going to jump in Twitch chat and just idle, get my drops.
The scoreboard's on your screen right now. Simple versus Blade. Not sure what those do with the comparison, but Simple with 19 kills, Blade with 6. And I guess it's the top performer on Navi and the underperformer for FlipSid so far. As we're ready and waiting to get back into this game. 9-8 at the moment. FlipSid, I guess, surpassing expectations, like in terms of the fight they put up against Navi. I'm quite impressed right now. They've gone to the CT side. They can still have a serious chance of winning this game. After winning the pistol, they have lost the second round. Looks like they will be taking potentially an eco here. We're not quite confirmed on that one just yet. There's another comparison. Edward between Markelov. Be Edward, who has got 10 frags, and Markelov on 16. So it is comparing the best and worst of each team.
One of the Finnish players, by the way, remember?
Technically Finnish.
Technically Finnish, but apparently doesn't speak the language.
Yeah.
Is on this team on FlipSid, obviously, in Waylander.
That's true.
But that it's kind of an interesting thought that Paul said that this morning there's 5 Finnish players here.
So you've got Zen, Sunny,
Alu.
Waylander, Alu. Am I missing one?
No, you're right. Who's the 5th? Sorry for the person we're forgetting.
I think that's it. I'm not sure.
Maybe he's counting Nasu as the
He's not here.
coach, but he's not here. Maybe he's counting Natsu himself.
Yeah, counting
That could have been
himself.
it. Yep. That means they would have 5 players.
That means we've got like 10 Brits here.
That's true. There are more Canadian players in this major than British. How does that make you feel?
No, we're fine with that. There's never been a UK player at a major.
That's depressing, isn't it?
Well, not for me.
Yeah, you've been at all of them.
Yeah.
You're still repping it. Listed at 4 is Finland, so yeah, Natsu would have been what he was referring to when he said 5.
Fair enough. Well, it looks like we're still working the issue. Players still have the headsets on, so I'm quietly hopeful this will get underway momentarily. .30 years old, Blade. One of the few in the 3-0 club.
Got a few in the 3-1 club this year.
It's true.
I would almost be in the top 10. You would be.
I'm 29 this year.
You would
so
be. Cajun B is the 10th oldest, and he is born in 1989.
Yeah, he's younger than me, so I would be in the top 10. Top 10 is something, just being old. Just turning up, being old, that's what I'd make it for.
Wow. There you go. Congratulations.
Thanks very much.
It's like Gobby said, you know. It's, yeah, to be in that club. Not something you want to be in, but yeah, take it nonetheless.
If you're still at the majors at that age, you've done something right. Like, the fact you're still kept around. I guess the experience, the knowledge, the wisdom. And we'll see. Oh, Matthew, we're gonna spice things up. We'll come on camera for a bit.
How about that? How about that spicy meatball? Threw one more in there for you, Harry.
Yeah, how's it going?
Speaking of Harry.
The time to calm down. We've had 3 games so far. This is the 3rd, of course. Some exciting ones. A couple of upsets to kick off the day. This one should not be an upset. I still think Navi are going to win it, but I've heard we've got some special features.
We do. This is how you shoot some guns.
Here we go.
a map which is not maybe one of their comfort maps at all. They may have been surprised by the fact that it ended up on the map. Losing a 5-on-2 and a 5-on-3 situation, you just can't win like that. To start things off on Saturday, we had Dignitas facing off Tengri in an elimination match, and don't think anyone's really surprised that Dignitas were the one to come out on top. But Tengri, a valiant effort for them. No one was really expecting them to be going far in this qualifier, but still they showcased they have some skill individually, especially some strategies to go by, but still small little mistakes here and there mount up, and they lost meta advantage situations and so forth. So unfortunately they're going to be eliminated at this tournament, but then again, they'll have a lot to learn from it, and we wish them best of luck in the future.
For the second game of the day, we had Optic taking on Renegades, one of the North American teams in Optic. Renegades, an Australian team that's been playing in North America for the past year and a half or so. So this was just a well-rounded performance from Renegades. They ended up taking the match. It was also an elimination match, so it takes Optic completely out of the tournament. Well-rounded, though, from the Renegades side. No one really stuck out. It wasn't any kind of star play. It was just good, fundamental, basic team Counter-Strike. JKS had a couple big rounds down the stretch, but overall the story of this is going to be how the mighty have fallen. Optic was one of the best teams in North America, and they were even competing for titles just 6 months ago. And it's just kind of very sad to see where they've gone, so they're eliminated from the major. Tyloo took on Vega Squadron on Inferno, and Vega Squadron ends up winning this game, which was, I think, a little bit of a surprise to many. So in some ways it's a small upset of sorts, but really the story of this is JR from Vega Squadron. His AWPing was so incredibly on point, bails them out. He wins a magnificent 1-on-4 that just seemed to crush Tyloo. Really, despite all the talent and all the promise that Tyloo shows, this really exposed some of their inexperience and some of their critical flaws in post-plant situations.
I felt pretty confident before the match against Immortals. We were pretty prepared, and we kind of knew which map it's going to be. And yeah, the game plan was ready for both maps, and we knew that we needed to step up as we played the day before. But we also know that if we are good, in a good shape, that we can crush them on the map where we were prepared. If we manage to play this concentrated, we are pretty strong, I would say.
Job of coming back into the game after that, winning 9 straight rounds of their own, and it was a very close affair up until the very end, but Mousesports did just manage to edge out Penta and qualify for the major. Liquid versus Hellraisers, it was a very one
Underway. We're near the end, the sharp end of it, at least. On Train, FlipSid versus Na'Vi. And it's a close affair. It's been a battle. I think that it's starting to go the way of Na'Vi. They're starting to come alive. Simple, obviously, in the start of the second half. Winning with the AK buy in the second round is something to marvel at. And as a result, could be what wins them the game.
Not even a force buy, it's one AK-47. The scoreline, thank you for being patient with us, is 9-8 in favour of Na'Vi after the epic performance.
Down, electronic forward of it. Second one should do, oh, I thought more damage. Thought it would end up closer. Between the two nades, he only loses 6 HP. We'll head over toward B. Na'Vi with bomb. Markelov down on the tanker. Wide side shot, waiting for them to enter, waiting for them to be hopefully walking into his Deagle crosshair and fire blindly into the smoke. Simple leaves a gap to try and drop down. He takes a lot of damage. Waylander follows it. He may do more. Flamey, MP7 will at least get the kill, and Guardian goes aggressive. That'll help secure the site for the bomb. Electronic and Waylander, excuse me, World Edit. It's confusing me a bit today, but are the last two alive. With Simple on low HP, they'll easily be able to pick up him. And World Edit will try and sneak in. Electronic goes down to 1 HP. Could catch Guardian. Tries to line up a quick headshot. Still manages to get the kill. Flamey on 10. Had Electronic fancied sticking around. He may have been able to do something more so with the AK picked up, but seized aim punch a factor, takes down World Edit, and it will go to 10-8.
It will indeed. Na'Vi, but dicey there. Bit of an investment from FlipSid, but can't find the round victory. Flamey surviving on 10 HP. It's Electronic saving his head armor, and 5-7 with 1 HP there. So the best result there. They will be on Eco next round, presumably after the full investment. 3 kills picked up. Can't deny the plant coming in there. Electronic will indeed survive as he gets towards the server position. 10-8, as you said, has to be the Eco now for the CT. Back here, Blades and the Famers, Flamey, also toward the bomb plane, and taking a lot of damage. Edward actually goes down to the flames there, HP to the face, and then couldn't recover.
Full Electronic Without smoke down, is able to find Flamey as he walks out from the E-box. Guardians next in line. AWP pre-scope in. Smoke still. That sandwich won't let him see toward Ivy, but Seized finds the kill anyway. Guardian finds the next one. They might be onto something. 3 players in the A site. One at backtracks if you include that as the A site.
Yeah.
And the 4th member at B.
Definitely down to Guardian at this point. You're absolutely right. At the E-box right now, I'm hoping that someone just makes the mistake, but FlipSid, a very disciplined side, won't be giving too much away. He does edge around the correct angle though, but can't find a shot. Wilder beats him to the punch, bomb drops. I don't see C's making much of a dent in this round. 30 seconds, sure, but no bomb, and it's surrounded by the things players at Ivy, the bomb train, and no bomb as well.
I think Electronic's trying to actually bait with the jump noises as much as anything. Because Ivy's already covered. Guardians, or rather, Woodletter backside. Guardian already went down there, so Electronic gives himself up late, though. Markelov still finds the accuracy, so FlipSid finding another round. Their first sense the pistol.
Indeed, well, still plenty of money available for Na'Vi here. Faster paced round. It was Edward that went down first to the orb shot, and then can of flames from the CT side. Guardian trying to do what he can. He'd look on the right hand side of his screen as well, edit his POV. Took him down, that was the round over, and the bombers dropped with little time remaining. Not much C's could do apart from find 1 kill. That was it. Round 21, 11-9. FlipSid closed the margins here. Orb tradable, 3%. No double orbs yet for FlipSid. It's quite rare to see them bring that out. Markelov obviously will be the secondary orb. Does bring it out and training from time to time. Depending on how well things are going. If they're going very well indeed, sure, bring it out. Boost up above this smoke. Not much to work with there. Yep, there are 2 players on the other side, so we'll see.
Throwing a flashbang. Molotov.
Blade. Iron smoke fades away. Looked like he wanted to get aggressive.
Throwing flashbang.
Peek back in toward Ivy. Guardian's going to reposition himself with the AWP back down toward T-spawn where bomb is, but meanwhile it's Electronic. Below the ladder indeed. Edward falls immediately onto him. Thanks for the AK.
Throwing flashbang.
And re-smoked the position as he fades off inside of the site instead. Still holding on to the doorway at the very least because World Edit's got coverage toward A main. AWP wide side of the smoke. No feet shown inside of it. He'll reposition ever so slightly just to get the angle. A better angle. Guardian may take it as well. Jumps across. Went into it. Thought he could find him behind the train rather than waiting for the second opportunity. Have to be careful because they have no one going toward Pop Dog after Electronic smoked it, so he's able to catch Simple on the way through. That'll drop the bomb temporarily. 2 kill advantage to work with for Na'Vi. Shot for Flamey. Excuse me, for... But now it's Na'Vi with 2. I was going to say for FlipSid, but Flamey's pulled it back. Good entrance, good positioning. Steals that one from him, but damage was done. Markelov does spray back to find Guardian, but he's not got much else to work with. In fact, he's alone, and by I say not much else, just the gun. No utility, no kit, bomb planted. 1 versus 2. There's ample time to at least evaluate and investigate because the bomb has just gone down. Tag onto Seized, but Flamey steps in and follows up.
Great round from Flamey there. I'm going to call that 4 kills for him. Like, the way he was playing there, he deserved that 4. Seized to sneak it in there, but still very well recovered. That's actually a 5-on-3 situation, I believe, as well. Maybe 5-on-2 towards the end. FlipSid giving that round away. What looked like such a convincing round for them. 12-9. It's damaging the economy as well. You can see they have to take an eco as well. Getting to the closing sectors of the second half now. Na'Vi is certainly the favourites. Here's the replay. Great communication. He's getting the information as to where World Edit is positioned. Takes that first shot, and there's the second and third. 12-9. It was destined to be 13 here. We'll see whether FlipSid can do anything about that. UMP for Waylander. Some 5.7s, a couple of Deagles as well. Some armour. Electronic. I was about to say gets taken down. It's actually World Edit gets dropped first. Now, maybe it's Blade's turn. Spots a feed towards Ivy. Not really much you can do about it. Molotov out of position. Smoked out as well now. Flashbang's coming through. And all he can do is sit back and watch as his teammates drop around him. He'll join them as well. Electronic, the final player here, towards E-box. It's done some damage, but I think that's all he'll do in this round.
Throwing a flashbang.
Electronic. Not got much left in this world. If he can kill Guardian and run toward him, just steal the gun, he'd be doing well. Good tag. Better than that. Actually gets Flamey down, but it's Na'Vi now with 3 rounds to go.
3 to go. Oh, money's still dire though, Matt. This could be done just for this scoreline alone. They've got to take another eco here. They'll then be 49. They're getting the HE grenades again, using those towards the main entrance. But I think at this point, when you know the money's low, you just don't go near that position until the nades have been thrown. Very rare that works out. When it does, when the teams have a full-on outside rush, you drop 4 grenades there, it can be very problematic and actually win around. I've seen it a couple of times in the top tier scene. I said a couple, literally a couple. I think it's worked out. I can't remember the tournament. It was recent though. Here come the nades once again. Not landing any damage. Really sees pretty much the same as last time. Electronic ready in the pop dog with a 5.7 in hand. Close range weapon, of course. Could sneak behind them, but the flashbang lands in front of them. Not too blind, but Guardian getting the first shot. We'll have to rotate towards inner. Simple, patiently looking for that pop dog, and sees trying to show presence outside.
How menacing is that shadow?
Yeah.
It's like the guy that you know is waiting outside of your house with like about to break in with a gun. Come on, let's go. Let's go. See, it's as dark and as grim as our monitor just turned for a moment. But Flamey's got, we'll let it down.
Got really scared then.
Did you?
Yeah, oh god.
Because I just
Not
made
again.
this nightmare.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I see what you mean.
Yeah.
This nightmare in your head.
Oh yeah, that was quite a weird insight to your mind.
I don't really know how it works sometimes.
That classic reference of the guy waiting outside of the gun. That's like, oh yeah, okay, nice. But yes, it was exactly like that. I agree.
Let's go.
14-9 map. Is there any hope left for FlipSid?
Incendiary.
I'm going to say not in this game, unfortunately. So it looks like FlipSid will go 0-2, but we've got 2 rounds still defined for Na'Vi, and anything can happen. They've gone back to guns this time around with World Edit on an AWP.
I'm throwing a flashbang. Throwing smoke.
Well, there is one kit available, beg your pardon. Waylander has that, but definitely limited across the board. Only one smoke remaining and an incendiary. That's it. They're playing up close and personal. Electronic been great so far. You can find frags here. Maybe he gets the MVP. We'll see. Very good performance. So far, nade to the face. I think he might be done for. Edward finds a good flashbang. Nade as well. 5 and 4. This is where Na'Vi are so dangerous when they have the advantage. Slow it right down. Wait for the CT reactions to come in with Flamey. Looking for more AK frags. Being very accurate with that weapon.
Flamey gets taken down by Blade.
Indeed.
45 seconds. Na'Vi with bomb still back toward A main. Looks like Simple may back off as well. I take that back. I thought he may go join them in Brown Halls and head toward B, but they want to walk in. Guardian's the one to lead it. Edward taken out by World Edit. Guardian now knows where he is. Simple instead finds the kill. Markov can strike back. He's played well from these back halls. In fact, he's been spraying with the AK when he picks it up. This time he's only got the M4. It's not good enough. Guardian finds him, and the same position Blade is found.
Goodbye, Blade. They concluded a match point picked up. Wayland's got to go for it. He knows that, but sees one step ahead of the game. Waits in Pop Dog, takes him down, and there it is. 15-9. A mountain to climb now for FlipSid. 6 rounds in a row is what it requires. They have to buy into every single one of them. UMP's coming out. It's looking pretty grim in terms of the money. UMPs, MP9s, FAMASes. Oh, it's looking pretty bleak, I have to say. 7 kills for Blade. This is one of his more shocking performances, I have to say. 7 kills, 20 deaths. Hate to see that. Oh, number 25. If we can step up now with that lesser SMG, maybe there's still life yet, but it's not looking likely.
Throwing flashbang.
I love it. Let's go Krieg.
That's never ever got a kill, I swear, in a big tournament. He always comes up with, oh, it's here. He never gets it there. Everyone tells me how sick he is with it. Never seen him get a kill with it.
Well, even he's given up on it, I think.
Throwing smoke.
It's certainly viable. Like, it makes sense. It does like 6 damage, and like it's got no drop off in terms of the 1-bullet shot. In terms of the accuracy.
Yeah.
But it just never seems to deliver. And it's only a few $100s more, right? I think it's $3,000 instead of $2,700.
Guardian AWP pre-scope blocking Ivy.
Flashbang.
Finds World Edit against the wall, swings out. Ooh, steals it, but he had it. Doesn't have the second follow-up, though. Just barely gets behind the box.
Here it comes.
Might want to send seized again. MP9 from Blade. Tapping can't do anything. It's down to Waylander, and it's 1 kill. Na'Vi trying to go 1-on-1, and they'll do it. Simple with the shot, trades back Flamey. 16-9 in the end. 2 rounds only on the CT side. More.
about who they play at the end of the day.
Yeah, that would have been crazy if Navi goes 0-2.